Unit 1: Law, Justice, and You. Laws are enforceable rules of conduct in a society. Normally, the laws reflect the culture and circumstances that create them. Laws are normally grouped into an organized form referred to as a code. Most societies go through 4 distinct stages in forming their legal systems. The first stage is individuals are free to take revenge for wrongs done to them. The second stage is allowing a leader to acquire so much power to be able to force revenge-minded individuals to accept an award or goods or money instead. Stage 3 is giving a leader this power to a system of courts. The last stage in growth is a leader or central authority acts to prevent and punish wrongs that provoke individuals to seek revenge. This would be the actual creating of laws and regulations to keep the citizens in order. Common law versus positive law. Laws reflect the wisdom or lack of their creators. In any society, laws should be both predictable and flexible. A system of laws that is not predictable will not produce a stable society. A legal system that is too controlling and too rigid to change with the wants and needs of the people will be overthrown. The best system of laws is always evolving towards a form that matches the current status of the people. Common law usually is formed from the rules used by judges to settle people's disputes. Law based on current standards or customs of the people is known as common law. Some laws are set down by the central authority to prevent disputes and wrongs from occurring in the first place. This is known as positive law. The Constitution is a document that sets forth the framework of a government and its relationship to the people it governs. When constitutions are amended, or when the courts interpret constitutions, constitutional law is made. United States citizens are governed both by the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of your state. The Supreme Court of the U.S. has the final decision of the federal Constitution. There are 8 main types of law. Constitutional law is a body of law which defines the role and powers and structure of different entities within a state. Statutory law, or statute law, is written law passed by a body of legislature. This is opposed to oral or customary law. Administrative law is the body of law that governs the activities of administrative agencies of government. Government agency action can include rulemaking and enforcing of a specific regulatory agenda. When the private legal rights of an individual are violated, the matter is governed by civil law. The use of the term civil law within the common law system refers to the group of laws that allows individuals to seek legal remedies for the wrongs done to them. A crime is an offense against society rather than individuals. It disrupts the stable environment that we all depend upon to make civilization work. So, when the citizen's right to live in peace is violated by such an activity, this is known as criminal law. Procedural laws, for example, determine what remedies are available in the lawsuit and how those remedies are to be secured. This type of law sets forth how rights and responsibilities can be legally exercised and enforced through the legal system. Substantive laws define rights and duties. It is concerned with all rules of conduct except those involved in enforcement. Substantive laws define offenses such as murder, theft, and breach of contract. The last type of law we're going to talk about is business law. Business law mainly is concerned with civil laws governing contracts, property, and many other business-related areas. Business activities are at times also governed by criminal law. Business laws covers rules that apply to business situations and transactions. Most business transactions involve a merchant and a consumer. As you study business law, you will gain legal knowledge that will make you a better consumer. Ethics is a collection of standards of conduct and moral judgment forming the basis for the reasoned impartial decision as to what is right or wrong. An ethical system is composed of an organized and consistent complication of such standards usually set down by an established authority. The law is such an authority. Ethics allow you to prepare yourself to apply ethical concepts to business decision-making. Business ethics are the ethical principles used in making business decisions. Often ethics are not considered when business decisions are made. The first 10 amendments to the Constitution is known as the Bill of Rights. These were adopted to ensure that U.S. citizens would enjoy the human rights that were proclaimed in the Declaration of Independence. The United States Declaration of Independence is a pronouncement adopted by the Second Continental Congress meeting at the Pennsylvania State House. Cyber law is the area of law that deals with the Internet's relationship to technological and electrical elements, including computers, software, hardware, and information systems. Cyber law is also known as Internet law. Cyber law is specified especially to fraud and copyright infringements. A court can be defined as a governmental forum that administers justice under the law. Courts decide disputes between private individuals and try criminal cases. The court in which a dispute is first heard is called a trial court. The trial court hears the witnesses testify and reviews the other permanent evidence firsthand so as to determine the facts of the case. There's two main types of jurisdiction. The first is general jurisdiction. This is where a court can hear most of any different type of case, but a specialized jurisdiction can only hear one specific type of case. A felony is a crime punishable by confinement for more than a year in state prison or by a fine of more than $1,000, or both, or even death. Murder, kidnapping, arson, rape, robbery, burglary, embezzlement, forgery, and perjury are examples of felonies. False imprisonment is the intentional confinement of a person against the person's will and without lawful privilege. People may be deprived of freedom or movement in many ways.